Hello there, ladies, gentlemen, and those otherwise inclined. I'm on my own right now. Hopefully Sam and Orion will join me eventually. I've sent them out invites. But welcome back to this playthrough of Spyro the Dragon, the remake. The Norks are friggin' massive, aren't they? Like, compared to the original. In the original, they were about Spyro's size.
Wow! I see you've been busy rescuing dragons, Spyro. You may travel to the Peacekeeper's world if you like. Are you ready to go?
Alright. I seem to remember there being a lot of cannons in this world, which is why the title. I see the lengthy install process has done little for the loading times, but oh well. Just... Ah. And right off the bat, there's a dragon. Titan.
Welcome to Peacekeepers. Look how our treasure has been stolen and turned against us. Please, recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
Right, so he's collecting the treasure because it was stolen, and he's returning it to the dragons. Okay. That's as good an explanation of why that is as any. Oh, I'll see if I can take a Nork out with a cannon. Take aim. Fire! Oof. We fight with cannons. Now let's have a look at the guidebook. There are still 3 dragons and an egg here, and 164 gems. They saw me coming and ran. That middle one, well, sorry, that one a few Norks ago was uncharacteristically brave. Just mooning me like that. Ah, there's the balloonist again.
The Magic Crafter's world is far away and very dangerous. Maybe if you find 1,200 stolen treasure, I'll show it to you.
Magnus.
Hey, Spyro. Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterfly.
Right, that looks like it's a locked chest. Dr. Shemp. That looks like a boss. Right, I'll need the key for that. Okay. Oh, I think I hear dragon wobbling. Rabbits. Don't be fooled, if a rabbit ever got the chance, he'd kill you and everyone you ever loved. Oh, I see. Yeah, I remember. Let's look for treasure. Oh, bugger. If I remember correctly. Yeah, there is a flight level here. Uh, Gunner.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some.
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure.
All dragons found. Cool. Oh, and there's the key. Do I still need it? I'm pretty sure I blew up the locked chest. Maybe there's another one that can't be blown up like that. Oh, I'm back at the start. Okay. Oh. Right, I need to find some rabbits. There they are. There's treasure in there. I wonder what those skill points that were mentioned are for. Actually, I'll turn the map off for now. I'm not used to having one. Alright, I've found all the treasure. Okay, now to go to another level. There's one over there. Dry Canyon. I could already go to the next island if I wanted to. So. Ah, Sam's here. Hey, Sam, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine. I found I can't stream that My Hero's One's Justice in story mode at all. Apparently,
Did they block the story mode from
it
recording?
blocks the entire story mode. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
To be honest, it's not much. It's nothing you haven't seen before. There's literally only a few extra scenes in the game anyway that weren't in the anime that are just thrown in, like, in order for some characters to go on the school trip to the summer camp thing. Suyu, Uraraka, and Momo have to fight Aizawa in order to go on the trip, even though they already said in the game everyone's going anyway. And then you have to do another one with Bakugo and Kirishima.
Right.
Against All Might.
Well, you haven't missed too much. I got to the next hub world. Oh, Conan, what's he have to say? I got to the next hub world, collected all the gems and freed the dragons and everything. And now I'm in the first level. I just started when you came in, actually. Since, that. Ah. Right, I need to find some butterflies.
Well, our neighbour came over earlier, gave us a really vintage lamp. Well, like, reading lamp. Liz loves it.
Cool.
The thing is, I got it. She offered it to us earlier, but I forgot that she did it because I was on the phone talking to 3 separate people. So I had all these conversations going. I didn't know what I was agreeing to.
Ah, Sparks is back. Yeah. Oh, cool. Vintage lamp. That's something. Thief! Oh, no.
And I gave the arcade mode a go, and I actually got my first few losses in the game, so, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Well, no, they've got Nomu in the game, but he's extremely broken. By that I mean he does obscene amounts of damage, and he's not even playable.
Right.
And I was fighting Toga,
Didn't
and
see the water.
unfortunately I was playing as Suyu through arcade mode, and Suyu has very bad long range, whereas it turns out Toga has very good long range. So I'd get her down to 1 hit point, and then she'd kill me.
Right.
I eventually finished it and beat all for 1 as Suyu, which was fun.
Right.
Mainly because it turns out as long as they don't have long range attacks, the AI is stupid as fuck. So I just kept pressing her special quirk move to smack him with her tongue every time he got up. Found Bakugo's shit to use.
Ow. You can see everything, right, Sam?
I haven't actually got on yet. I'm just sorting out my sitting area because I'm making dinner for me and Liz, so I've just got mine. But I've just overcooked 1 pizza, so I'm kind of setting the timer and making sure I've got it right so I can cook Liz's just right.
Yeah. Ivor.
Is that you, Spyro? You the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known...
I forget.
I just watched some, well, I also watched some scenes from the Boondocks just to, well, laugh at the worst bit of racism that ever existed.
What, Uncle Ruckus?
In a modern... Well, Uncle Ruckus is by far the worst, one of the... I don't know if he's meant to be a parody of something that exists, because literally everything else in the show is.
Right.
But all I can surmise from him is he's a very dark black man who hates black people in general, refuses to accept that he is black, and like, it's just this one scene I've seen and I can't stop laughing at it because it's just so evil and there's no need for what he does. Well, he just finds a guy guilty on a jury just for the colour of his skin, and it's obvious that the guy is innocent. So the guy was accused of shooting 2 white women, but he said no, he thought he could trick us with that whole "I'm blind" thing, and the guy's legitimately blind, but I saw through him.
How many
Has the
gems
jury...
are on this level? 400, bloody hell.
Oh, wow. The jury will now go off and deliberate. Guilty! That man is guilty! You have to go deliberate. I don't need to deliberate shit! That man's guilty! Hang him! I got the rope right here! And he even brings a noose with him. He also thought he's seen heaven and it's run by Ronald Reagan, apparently. White heaven. Because he thinks he's got the reverse disease of what Michael Jackson allegedly had, so he thinks he's not really dark, he's white, he's just got a disease that makes him go darker. Even though his dad tells him flat out that it doesn't even exist. Just something his mom told him to raise his self-esteem.
It's the opposite of what Michael Jackson had. That's not how disease works.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing he even says. Have you ever heard of anyone else with this disease, this so-called disease, apart from you? No.
Yes. Oh, damn, I need the key. Again, oh, right, yeah. There's a way back over there. Huh. A dragon! Boris.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
So, how come Spyro is so much shorter than all the other dragons?
Maybe he's a wee baby.
Like, is he a baby, or like does he have dragon dwarfism? Oh,
I don't know. Maybe he's a younger dragon, because the others generally just might be older.
maybe.
Yeah, Boondocks is also where they had that guy, Fleece Johnson, who
Yeah,
was
I
based off
remember.
that real prison. But some of the stuff they get away with, I don't know how they get... Oh, and they've also explained Man Bear Pig. They finally explained what he is.
Right.
And why he's actually real now. Apparently it's nothing to do with Al Gore.
Don't tell me anymore. I'll catch up.
Won't. Right, I'm just going to get this pizza, I'll be right back.
Yeah, right. Oh wait, I already got the egg, didn't I? This is... Still worth doing. Right, I got 43 gems and a dragon left. Oh no.
Okay, now that's done.
Okay, cool. I'm almost done with this level, but the last bits are going to be a bit tricky, I think. Ah. Well, okay, that's not it. Hold on.
Well, I'm going to expect that Spyro is some kind of child, or at least some youth, mainly due to he's less than impressive wingspan, his voice, and pretty much, you know, his his genuine size.
Yeah. Now, I need to find a way to get up to that dragon. I'll try this one more time with a charging start. Ah. Nope. Alright, so I've also got to get through there. Maybe if I go behind it. Oh. Maybe the map will help. Yeah, but how do you... Don't know if you can see where I'm trying to get to, but There doesn't seem to be a clear way there.
You can't get on, like, I'm trying to think of where you could get up to get to that dragon.
Well, there's steps there, but I don't seem to be able to glide over there from here. I don't see any other potential gliding point.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how you could get on top of those little bits there.
Yeah. Oh. No, that definitely doesn't work. I've just had a thought. Ugh. Let's try again. I don't actually know where that leads. And that's the only place I can think of getting to it from. Almost there. I think it's possible. Unless there's a higher point here that it'll work from. Maybe. There we go. Alright, this is a new place. Yeah, this is where I was trying to get to, I think. No, wait, no, it's not quite. Yes! Oh, that was a bit of a leap of faith there. Rescued Maximus.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt.
That's all the dragons. There's the key for the rest of the treasure. That's basically all the difficult parts done. Okay, all that's left to do is find the rest of the treasure. So let's look for treasure.
Yes, let's look for treasure.
I went the wrong way. Just a second. And I think that's it. 100% level complete. Okay, so let's get...
Delightful.
Wonderful! Now let's go home. I like to collect all the gems and dragons or whatever because it's better than having to come back here later when you haven't got enough to progress. We fight with cannons. Alright, now I've got to find another level. Cliff Town. Sounds ominous. Oh my god. A cloaked bandito just stabbed me.
Quick, Ollie. Stab him back or burn him.
Thief!
Yes, apparently Fallout 77 wasn't very good.
76.
76, 77, does it really matter?
Well, nah, I suppose not.
It's a Fallout game that apparently doesn't feel at all like a Fallout game and keeps crashing and should be in, beta.
Yeah. I barely noticed it was out.
Hearing. All I would if it wasn't for the fact that the YouTube videos I watch keep telling me that it's out.
Remember, Spyro, flame won't work on metal, but charge it with your horns, that should do the trick.
Okay, yeah, 2 more dragons and 350 or more gems. There's a lot of treasure in these levels. Oh, I can see one of the dragons from here. Is the Mexican bandito thing a little offensive? Like, you must have seen them by now.
I've seen them, yeah, and no. Quite frankly, I think the fact that we look at things and go, oh, is that offensive? No. I think we're drawing more attention to it than it really needs. It's not as if anything it's like done in a malicious way. And I can guarantee that actual Mexicans haven't complained about it.
That's called white guilt. When white people get offended on other people's behalf. Oh no,
Yeah,
one of them
know.
just stabbed Spyro to death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. White guilt is a stupid thing to have.
I don't actually remember them from the original, but they must have been there. And that's where popular, but them ain't your Funyuns. Right, need a key. And that is where How should I know? I'm a goddamn baby!
Oh God! I sadly remember that drawn together.
Ah. I love Drawn Together.
So do I. You know it wouldn't work in today's world, or you know it wouldn't be accepted in today's world.
It might, if being offensive without ever having a point was the whole thing, which it was.
Well, yeah, but you know, some people are still going to do the whole, oh, it shouldn't exist because it's offensive, and someone might get offended.
Oh, well, some people are always going to do that, and they've been doing it.
Look, I know that some people like have the whole wanting to be offended thing. That seems to be their entire thing. That seems to be like their entire thing. There must be some way that this is offensive to me or other people. I mean, it's like that girl last year who was beaten half to death because she wore a Chinese dress, and white people instantly screamed, "She's being offensive to the Chinese. Let's beat her to death." Only for the actual Chinese residents of that area to go, "We actually don't mind. You know, it's not a problem." And then all these people started making things about how it is a problem, and these people shouldn't be saying it because it's offensive to them. They don't know any better.
Yeah.
To which I say, yes, it's those. Yes, and it's those. It's another one of those. Everyone is offended. That they're telling people why they should be offended. That they should be offended at these things, regardless of whether or not they actually are.
My biggest concern of all that is people are getting arrested for making jokes, and
Yes, I know all about the guy who got. I know all about the guy who got sent. People getting sent to prison for their Twitter feed.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Like,
It is ridiculous.
It's offensive to the general community. It is not the role of the police to decide what the general community finds offensive.
It is not. I know, I completely agree with you, Ollie. I think it's ridiculous that people, when they do the whole, oh, no, this is this could be offensive, so we're going to say it is. Everyone else is offended because we say so.
Oh, fuck. That's too much water. I mean, as much as I just said I really love Drawn Together, I think being offensive for offensive's kind of lazy. But, you know, there can be a charm to that if it's done right.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's the charm of it all. It's using thing. It's, you know, not trying to make a point of anything. It's using tropes and character types that are, that, you know, in a way that they normally wouldn't be. I mean, we pretty much have a Superman who has sex with literally anything, regardless whether it's alive or dead. There is no limitation to what he will have sex with.
Yeah.
A
Save yourselves!
A cartoon pig whose entire point of his existence was to be offensive. A SpongeBob SquarePants rip-off. A Disney princess that's xenophobic, you know, bigoted and xenophobic, which was hilarious. When it was the way they handled Clara was just brilliant. Foxy Love was probably the most racist of all of them.
Fuck. Okay, I'm not gonna glide over to there. That's not happening.
Remember when Foxy Love gets that tumor on her brain that makes her a racist stereotype?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why, even though I don't like the Boondocks thing, the show itself, I appreciate it in a place where TV shows in the States especially are getting cancelled for the stupidest of reasons. Which is actually part of South Park's joke.
What TV show being cancelled are you specifically referring to?
Well, they cancelled Roseanne.
They cancelled Roseanne because Roseanne Barr is an actual fucking nutcase.
Well, there's that, but apparently after that there was other shows being cancelled for various things, some of which was its content isn't considered acceptable enough, and it varied on what it considered offensive, but the general consensus by actual people was it isn't that bad. It's not like overly offensive. So South Park's been doing this whole thing of hashtag cancel South Park to mock that very situation,
Yeah.
Which is why they're doing as much as they can to see how far they can go before they do actually end up getting something and say, well, right, this show can't be on anymore.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that with South Park though, because South Park has always been known for being offensive, and it's like.
I know. I mean, that's why the whole Apu thing got the way it did, because Simpsons wasn't seen as offensive, even though, well, let's be fair, if Apu is offensive, it's not going to be long until Luigi is going to be made offensive, or Fat Tony.
Oh, Groundskeeper Willie, and he's one of my favourites.
Oh, Groundskeeper Willie's one of the ones that's been there for the longest. That's why there was a thing I think I shared on Facebook that Marie liked that said, Simpsons has finally got rid of one of their racist stereotypes, and then you've got Luigi and you've got, you know, Cletus the Slackjawed Yokel, who's probably more offensive than Apu when you really think about it. But he's white, so it doesn't matter, ultimately.
Oh, I made it.
Yeah, because the Apu thing was just ridiculous. I mean, we've dealt with years of the Song of the South being, you know, being considered offensive.
I mean, you gotta think eventually people will realise that context is a thing.
Well, context is a thing, but the thing I've noticed with a lot of people these days is that they don't like context because it gets in. You know the old phrase, never let the truth get in the way of a good story?
Yeah.
Never let context, you know, prove me wrong, basically. Or something of that variable will probably be the phrase of today. I mean, One of the things I found ridiculous is I haven't played Kingdom Come, but I know its general. The general thing about it was that it was set in the 1500s in Europe, and it was trying to be historically accurate, and people got upset because it was historically accurate because it didn't have the forced representation they wanted.
Well, if it's going for historical accuracy, it won't.
You see, that's the thing. It's oh, why aren't there any Japanese or why aren't there any Asian people or any black people or anyone or anything like this? It's like because those people weren't on the British Isles or in Europe at that time. Well, then it's offensive, and it's apparent, and it's not just relegated to just Kingdom Come. It's in a lot of things. People are complaining about historically accurate shows, games, or TV show or anything or movies because they don't have the representation they want. To which I saw Dawn French post a thing saying that with the youth trying to rewrite history, it's going to be inaccurate and poor and with very bad grammar at this rate. That you can't pretend certain things didn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. I enjoyed Roots, not for the bad things, but I actually enjoyed the story.
Right.
But in modern day, well, some people would probably have a problem with it, even though it's historically accurate. Because they'd show the bad things that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, look how history is going to look at the UK in like 20 years' time, maybe 50 years' time.
I'd rather not.
Because Germany's view on England is hilarious to me, if it wasn't so tragically sad.
Yeah.
The moment is that England is dead. They've committed economic suicide, and it's clear that the inept and the foolish are in charge when they really shouldn't, and that they think it's just going to turn into a third world country very quickly. And as of yesterday, David is back on his promises, and originally he said he wasn't going to side with the Prime Minister because he didn't want Ireland to get any bonuses or anything. Any of these things. Basically, he had stances until the Prime Minister told him not to have them. He even said he'd quit if Northern Ireland got anything, and Northern Ireland are getting stuff, and he isn't willing to argue, so he's staying apparently.
Well,
in Brexit's it's a nightmare. It's bewildering that anyone is even accepting this at this point.
Yeah.
Because Scott, the worst part was the Labour leader up here flat out said he doesn't really want to deal with any of this stuff. He'd rather Westminster deal with it. Meanwhile, Scottish celebrities are pretty much coming out and saying, "Oh, nice." Scottish celebrities have come out and pretty much said, "I think the independence movement needs to happen now because Brexit is proof they don't care. They're not listening, and doing it the democratic way isn't working anymore. They just do not give a shit."
Well, thing about that, democracy basically exists at the goodwill of the leader. Tories don't have any.
Well, that's the problem. And while I love some of the things that Nicola Sturgeon says and does, there's pressure on her now to just get on with it and do the whole call for the indie ref at this point, because
I don't understand why she hasn't, to be honest.
She's been trying to do things democratically and fairly, but at this point the call is coming out from members of Labour are now telling her to do it. Ollie, you're being killed.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, basically, Labour, there are members leaving, and it's pretty much saying that we need to leave at this point because they don't care. We've got them saying at this point it's the only way to save the country, save any part of the UK now, because their Brexit plan, Scotland isn't even mentioned once. There's no plans to, protect it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping a Brexit. A vote to leave the UK comes soon, and I definitely know what I'll be voting for.
Yeah. Oh, there's one dragon and 300 gems.
Someone made a joke with the UK, like, what if they formed a union with America and they got treated the same way Scotland does, which would happen probably.
Yeah, you gotta think it would.
Yeah, well, think about it. We'd probably get a seat in the representatives, but we'd probably only get like a small handful, like maybe 10 or 20 people. In a room full of hundreds, they could make decisions that affect our country, and we wouldn't be able to, our entire union, the entire UK, and we wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And then they'd start putting the US brand on literally everything. Here's an analogy here. What if your neighbour told you had to pay into his bank account instead of your own? But then he gave you some of it back, but told you how to spend some of it. What if, with the rest of the money, he bought cigarettes, even though you don't smoke, a flash watch, which you'll have to ask him the time, a sports car? What if he then didn't have enough money left, so had to borrow to cover the extra, and then told you that you had to help pay off the interest on the loan? What if he then insisted that because he made such a mess of managing your money, that he'd have to carry on doing it? Why would you put up with that? Then why would Scotland?
Shondo.
Dr. Shemp thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I tell you one thing, he should watch his back.
Oh no. Oh, damn it. Oh shit, I'm falling off the bridge. Well, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to watch South Park right now.
Skill point acquired. I'm still not sure what they do.
Have you not allocated any?
I don't know. I don't think you can. There's no
try
option
the menu.
to do so. Yeah.
Well, there should be a thing like distributing skill points, right?
No.
There isn't? Huh. Oh wait, no, there's a thing, if you press triangle on the menu, there's a thing that says skill points. I just saw the thing while you were looking through the percentages of the levels that said skill points.
Right. Oh, I think they're just
Maybe we can
bonus
look.
challenges.
When have skill points been bonus challenges?
Well, that's what... Oh, collect skill points to unlock parts 1 and 2 of the art gallery. Oh, right, I see.
Okay.
Alright, I see. Gotta find a way to get the last of that treasure. Would hate to have to put a spot on our perfect record so far. Right. Ah. Ugh. Okay, now I've 100%ed the level.
Hooray!
Hooray!
There's the thing.
You know, on the first island, we were mostly done by this point.
It's sad, but then it's true.
Well, I suppose it's a difficulty curve, isn't it?
I guess.
Return home. Right. Is there another level? Cliff Town, I'm done. Fire! Trophy and shoot the move. You still there, Sam?
I am still here. I am around.
Right, so
I'm just watching you.
that wasn't all of them, was it? That was 2 levels and a boss. That can't have been all of them.
2 levels and a boss. Welcome to the old days. Yeah.
Oh, there's one. Night Flight. It's
I'm
another
thinking of giving
flight
Fire
level.
Emblem a go.
Yeah, it does look worth playing, doesn't
I
it?
hear good things, and and let's face it, I'm running into too many people in my roleplay groups who play one particular character from the series, so it's kind of one of those, I want to know what the hell is going on, and why there's a woman running around wearing literally only a body stocking and throwing magic at people. And then seeing that it's from Nintendo. But I've heard good things about it being a good strategy game, and let's face it, Valkyria Chronicles has got me into the strategy thing, so why the fuck not? I swear, look, I've just seen, I think the final episode of South Park is up now. called Nobody Got Cereal. But I haven't got to see any episodes yet, but I'm hearing one of the people who I watch who reviews it, that it looks like they're going all out for this season because the episodes have been amazing and they're doing a lot of shit to, fuck with old time fans. I mean, Man Bear Pig alone just brought back a load of memories for me.
Yeah.
Mainly because we were just laughing our asses off at Man Bear Pig, and now it turns out he's real.
Half man, half bear, and half pig.
They're bringing in a lot of old characters, which I love. I mean, Mr. Hanky came back, even though they got rid of him for a joke. Satan's back. Honestly, it's making me pine for Saddam.
Okay, what else is left? Lights. Oh, I didn't get any of those.
It is half man, half bear,
Bear
and
half pig.
Man Bear Pig doesn't care what you've done. He just wants to get you.
No one takes me cereal.
Yeah, the fact that he's back just makes it even funnier.
They were attacked by Man Bear Pig, and Man Bear Pig leaves no one alive.
Well, unfortunately, they seem to the South Park Studios Facebook seems to love putting spoilers up, so fuck them. I mean, that Mr. Hanky thing was literally to make fun of the Roseanne Barr situation.
Yeah.
Though apparently they're regretting firing her. They're automatically regretting firing her, from what I'm hearing.
What, Roseanne Barr?
Yeah, they're regretting firing her.
No, they're not. They can't be.
Apparently they are, whether it makes sense or not. Honestly, I know that the show Roseanne was apparently had an audience because Angry Grandpa was a massive fan of it. We also got an explanation as to why Angry Grandpa hated Elvis.
Right.
Apparently, his first wife, she had more interest in Elvis than him, and during sex once she actually screamed Elvis's name.
Right.
And that apparently ruined his marriage completely with her, so she divorced him or something shortly afterwards. So that's why he always hated him.
I don't see where these lights are that I'm supposed to be getting. Okay, but alright, what are these lights? I mean, everything else is right there. Oh, you're supposed to light them. Ah. You're not supposed to destroy them, you're supposed to ignite them. Ah, I see. Ah, bugger. Well, now we know. Now we know.
And we know now.
Oh, no, no, shit, why did I do that? Okay, I'm starting again.
Fight, fight, fight.
I wonder if I can come around to them. 'Cause
I still have the DVDs my friend did for me of Drawn Together and the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw the film.
You showed it me, yeah.
Oh, good. Remember that one episode they wouldn't put on Netflix, though?
Yeah.
Weird, but I thought it was funny. I mean, we did spend time watching those clip show episodes where they did, and we're wondering where certain clips actually came from. Look, have you got the tickets? I thought you had them. Ah, oh, Xander, if you do that again, I'll fucking kill you. Save yourselves. Also saw that they're giving more money to the case again.
To the what?
You know that Madeline case they do every year, where they're still trying to do it, do it, find the girl 11 years after she went missing.
I ain't touching that one.
Well, no, everyone already has their own opinion, and it's kind of par for the course at this point. But they've given them more money, but are saying that this time it's the last time they're going to give them money, but we'll see about that. I'm still of the belief that the parents killed her, but, that's neither here nor there.
Ah, almost had it. Well, I didn't. I was quite a few off.
And now, young pilot, you will know.
Fuck! Oh, god damn it. Alright, hold on a second. Ugh. There we go. Oh, this doesn't seem to be going well.
And now, young Skywalker, you'll die.
I don't even know where that last one is. Those last two are, I mean. Yeah, this is very difficult, but... Ah, bugger.
So I take it you're all pumped up for the new Smash.
I haven't really been keeping up with the news on it, but
Well, the roster's looking big, so everyone's all happy for it.
well, that's all you can really hope for in a Smash game.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, you know, no Waluigi, but, you know, in there.
Fucking hell. Yeah, Waluigi should be in Smash.
I don't know, Melee's still good enough for me at this point. Cannon punch.
I hate that. I don't like these levels.
I can tell.
Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, I think I get it.
Here's a question with the timing. What exactly is killing Spyro?
I don't know.
In his world, what is actually killing him? Does he
I
like
don't-
get to the does he suddenly set himself a mental time limit when if he doesn't do it in that time he like commits dragon servitude?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, it just
Oh.
makes no sense to me. Yeah, they've been fed.
No! Fuck!
Now, Ollie, don't get rage. Don't get rage.
You know the thing that's likely to give me rage is you telling me not to get it, right?
I know. Just like saying, I don't know, calm down.
And yet you do it.
I know! Your victory is in another playthrough.
I wonder. No, that's not gonna work. Ugh. Okay. Ah! Oh, shit. You have to be really precise with this one. Like I was not being just there. Yes! Okay. Done.
Oh, you did it. Wonderful.
Bully! Okay, so that's... right. There's got to be at least one more level here, right? Oh, fuck, I fell down. Oh, well, I have plenty of lives.
Ollie's still there.
Yeah, it's still here. Can you hear me?
Oh, can't hear you for some reason. Hold on. Oh. Weird. Let me check.
Can you hear me now?
Right, I've changed headphones. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
No, I still can't hear you. Hold on.
1 second.
Right, can you hear me?
I hear you. I could hear you this whole
Good.
time.
I can
me?
hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I can... Is that it then?
Unless you can find another world.
Yeah. Dry Canyon, done. Clifftown, done. Dr. Shem, done.
Hey.
Hey Ian, how you
Hello,
doing?
Ian.
Ice Cavern, there is indeed one more level here.
Yay!
You just missed
Ian,
the frustration of another flight level.
Yeah, you got lucky. Ian, I got to read one of Chris Chan's Patreon exclusive comics.
Alright.
I'm now 100% more confused.
As you should be.
Well, he apparently doesn't see... His definition of what it means to be a woman is confused.
Don't try to understand it.
I won't. Because he instantly decides that if you don't like certain... you're a woman, apparently. And that's how he justifies himself.
Hmm.
He said he doesn't like zombies and violent video games, and apparently men do, so that means he isn't one.
But yeah, he's not afraid to put violence in his comics.
Yeah. Hypocrisy in Chris has its own article.
Waiting until you grow big. Like
It's
before charging those large enemies.
Because he's made one of his characters transgender without actually understanding what it's actually about.
Has anyone seen the new teaser trailer for Wreck-It Ralph?
Oh,
No,
I haven't. Is it good?
It finally featured a computer game character at last.
Who
Oh,
was it?
Sonic.
Spyro,
Oh, nice.
cool.
orcs up ahead are wearing
But I think in the last film he's only going to appear in one scene.
very slippery.
Well,
Well, it's not Mario, but it'll do.
I don't think they can afford Mario.
not with Nintendo being the way they are, no.
I mean, the only character they managed to get was Bowser.
Oh,
But then again,
But it's amazing that Mario is in a world where everyone doesn't like stereotypes or anything, that Mario is allowed to exist.
well, he's not really an Italian
It's mainly
stereotype,
because-
is he?
Oh yes, he is. Like, play Mario 64, leave him alone for a while and watch him sleep and go, ravioli, spaghetti.
Oh yeah.
Ollie going, oh yeah, he does that.
So,
Mario, we tried to get you to destroy these places, just clean out these pipes for years. What's taking you so long? I'm a man. Do you know how hard it is to clean these things? And some of them have living, man-eating plants in, for God's sake.
Andor.
And those are mushrooms.
Thank you for releasing
I think our the mushrooms? Those are our citizens, you dick. What do you think a toadstool is?
Mario.
Woohoo!
Wow.
I'm gonna put a ravioli in his socks.
Oh no, none of the ravioli.
Woohoo! No, Mario, don't go around with the ravioli in the socket, hitting the civilians. Woohoo! And stop robbing people. They need those coins. Our economy is in ruins because of you. There's a bunch of Goombas. No, don't kill the Goombas. You're committing a genocide, bro.
Asher. We got a brim full of Asher.
Freeing me, Spyro. And now...
Oh God! I thought we left him alone in Spartacus.
He crystallized and turned into a dragon. Spartacus was probably the best read, one of the few good series that Star's ever made. Alright, we got one more dragon and 400 total gems. One of them just said, "Thank you for releasing me," and disappeared. Like, that's nice, to the point. Not explaining a game mechanic you would definitely already know by now. that looked like ground to me. Huh. Alright, I need a key. And now I have the key. Ugh. Oh yeah, it was this way. Are you guys still there? I was outside of the party for some reason.
And looks like I am back.
Yeah, the party just sort of went for some reason.
Well, no, it kicked you out, but it didn't kick us out. We were still in.
Huh. Given that I started
We were wondering how long it was going to take you to realise we weren't there.
I did think you were quiet for a while. Yeah. Well, we've hit the 2-hour mark, but what do you guys reckon? I'm alright to keep going if you are.
Might as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've only just joined.
Yeah, Ollie's just... Yeah, Ian's just joined. You can't just leave and kick him out. What kind of bastards would we be there?
I know.
Here's what I was thinking for Rio.
Right.
He's married to Elise.
Oh God. Poor
He's
Nozomi. And literally everyone else.
Basically, he's the stepfather to Sonic's bastard child.
Okay.
And his and Elise's sex life is not good.
Of course it isn't. Rio's too
It's
busy
not.
looking for sailors.
Well, to be honest, it's non-existent because apparently he bruises easily.
Does he not like Sonic for not? Does he hate Sonic for not making Shenmue 3 when he had the chance?
Yeah, and plus he doesn't like Sonic accusing him of being gay.
Well, what's Rio gonna do? Get into a fight and lose?
Yeah.
Fine. Set the Trogner on him. Aye.
Oh.
I can sadly see Sonic just trying to push the whole thing, joking that Rio might be gay by trying to set him up with Antoine. I'm not gay. You're French. It's the same thing.
I have a wife with a child on the way. Ooh, good cover.
Ooh, oh, deep cover. Yeah. Tell me, is the person who's pregnant happen to have a beard? I don't know. Why don't you ask her? Hey there, sugar hog. Oh shit! I knew I smelled Texas barbecue sauce.
Thought I smelled gumbo.
I forgot all about the gumbo.
Grand Theft Gumbo.
Yep. All the some like sick episodes so far.
Oh god. I know.
Sorry.
I'm nervous about Ollie's reaction to any of the episodes you send in, mainly because I wrote some of them.
Yeah.
Right.
I've yet to send you like some of the specials.
Ah, I see. I haven't checked my email yet. I read the ones you copy pasted into the messenger thing. Yeah.
What do you think?
Lives up to the title.
Sorry, you cut out there.
I said it lives up to the title.
Yeah, because I was worried it'd be turned into a whole Sonic for Hire thing, but we just decided to push the whole he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember Mega Man dies at the end?
I do.
That
I remember because we kept laughing over and over again at the Pulp Fiction references.
Yeah. Yummy, yum, yum donuts.
I love these yummy, yum donuts. These will go straight to my thighs.
Motherfucker!
I just runs you over. Is that all you got? Because honestly, I really hope it is.
Well, good news is that the Mega Man characters will be appearing in the next like Sonic episode.
Yeah, oh yeah, because you're doing the Nintendo Land thing. We're making a trip through Capcom Land, I believe.
Yeah. But first I need to get this special over with.
Of course, of course.
Yeah. And it's going to be pretty dark.
Well, look, after the whole Echidna Pride Festival thing, I think we can afford a wee bit of dark.
Yeah. But this one won't be as funny.
Well, we'll just have to deal with it.
But it will like but it's like build up to what will happen after Sonic visits Nintendo Land.
Oh god. Well, things have already got... I've still got to do that one episode with Nick and Knack becoming police officers and Julie being in prison. And them being racist to all the police wanting to put echidnas in prison. I mean, I think it's thematically appropriate that Hamlin Pig is the chief of police.
Well, the commissioner.
Oh, God. I kept sonically perfect amount of racism, though. I mean, Trogner was enough. You didn't need to come up with calling him an island hopper. You people, you fucking island... Go on with your filthy island hopper, people. I'll admit I did steal an idea, though, from that American Dad episode. You know, the one where Stan has a Native American brother. There's an episode where Stan has this Native American brother who comes over, and every time he comes over, Stan keeps trying... He's got this... They live like savages still, or that they live in an underprivileged thing on a reservation. And at one point, he then he then takes Steve out. He says that they're going to visit them for once, so that Steve can realise how lucky he has it. And when he gets over there, they're richer than Stan is. Though I admit, I still don't know why they made Knuckles' dad have that voice. Though I'll also admit that now that I think about it, I think the joke only really works for us because, you know, we've heard the voice and stuff. The whole he thinks everything is suddenly advanced. Ooh, look at this, sweetie. He has chairs. Ooh, the floor ain't good enough for him, is it? And I'm just trying to live up to having a nice house. Ooh, a house. Ooh, la-di-da. I don't know why he's Texan.
And that time where Amigo from Samba de Amigo became like Sonic's assistant because Tails was too doped up to come to work. And he's like, at the end of it all, he only chose, well, it happened because he asked Sarah to find him any monkey that will do the job, and she took it too literally.
God.
And he had a choice between Ai from Super Monkey Ball and Samba de Amigo, and so he ended up choosing Amigo because at least he sounded like he sounded human when he spoke, even though he can only speak Spanish.
I think Ollie will like the court one.
Yeah,
Mainly because who doesn't love Dimitri being Dimitri?
Yeah, and the thing is, when the meeting was over, he spent like hours trying to figure out what Amigo was saying, and then he kept saying the Spanish word for banana, and of course, like not knowing what he said, he just drops him off at Taco Bell.
Oh God!
And Tails says, no, that's Spanish for banana, and then Sonic is like, look, just because he's a monkey doesn't mean to say they all like bananas. God, Tails, you have to watch that bigotry of yours.
Oh God. But I think we've also put it that Sonic's racism isn't like a completely inherent hatred thing, it's just literally what he's been taught. By Julius.
It's all he knows.
Well, yeah, Julius is racist, and it doesn't help that his grandma, according to Ian, is now like one of those people who grew up during the echidna slave trade.
Oh.
Yeah, Ollie, you're starting to get the picture now. Yeah, the echidnas are basically this world's equivalent of black people. So, don't be surprised when Sonic at one point does echidna face. And no, it's not Ugandan Knuckles.
Although it does come back as Ugandan Knuckles in a later episode.
But to be fair, he's drunk.
Right.
And the court episode.
Oh, the court, I just love. I know it's a stupid joke, and it's terrible, really, when you think about it. It's just not. It's terrible more in the whole. Yeah, it's a bit of a cheap joke, really, but I still think it's funny. Just the whole. This isn't a kangaroo court. Good. I hate the hopping fuckers. He's guilty. We have to have the trial first. Oh, come on, he's on trial. How innocent can he be? And the fact that every other echidna still treats him like some kind of sacred thing, and he thinks they're all fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And that Tikal can only speak in mumbles that can only be understood by one interpreter.
Yeah. Basically, she looks like Guru from Dragon Ball Z, except she's a female echidna.
And of course, Amadeus Prower has an obsession with beating his child with a belt. for the smallest of things. I remember I was blamed for literally everything. And then like a vase falls, and then he just comes through the door with his belt and he's like, did I just hear a vase break? Shh.
I'm ready, all right.
And then even if I tried anything else, like having fun, bitch, did I just catch you having fun?
Yeah, Amadeus' greatest fear is discovering if Tails is gay.
I thought his greatest fear was his belt being broken.
That too, but that's when Tails isn't gay.
Yeah,
but his dad's so paranoid about it that, you know, he won't accept that.
Yeah.
I think Tails goes through 2 girlfriends, and it's still probably not enough. And it doesn't help that, you know, his mother Rosemary is kind of like, I'm not sure how we've done Rosemary.
Well,
okay, finally we're done here.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that one of his girlfriends he had 2 kids with.
Oh, yeah, well, Mina, yeah, but... Come on. I had to bring Melody and Sky into it.
Yeah. They're at like I think it's like a private school they're in like a boarding school in England
Oh god.
where Mina's from.
Oh lordy. And of course, let's not forget Nicole's dad, who's the one thing that seems to be her weakness in this entire series, for all the hell she causes Sonic.
Yeah.
And her dad is just Geppetto. But obsessed with feeding her because even if she's the normal weight, she's too skinny. Nicole, you're too skinny, you're all a flesh and a bone. Dad, I'm a hologram. Oh, no, I make you some ragu.
If you went around like this in Italy, everyone would think that you're sick.
Oh yeah, I've got it. That just reminds me, I suddenly remembered about the chaotics.
Oh yeah.
That Vector's mentally disabled and can only say find the computer room. And that Charmy is obsessed with asses. And I think the only thing we had for Vector, well, for SBO, was that his mom is an Asian stereotype who keeps demanding he get married to a woman with big hips.
And plus Charmy's a gangster.
Oh yeah, there's that too. And that Mighty can't deal with the fact that he's completely irrelevant. And every time he does, he gets a heart attack.
Mostly from Sonic, because Sonic never remembers who he is.
Right.
Oh, and Ray, the flying squirrel. Can't forget Ray.
I can't believe how fast you found so much stolen
Yeah, who
treasure.
makes
All the
jokes
boys
about
on the magic
being a
craft
squirrel.
Being a squirrel. Yeah.
That's pretty
Sam,
much all
could
we
you-
got for him.
Could you Google to confirm that we are done here?
I suppose it's all I'm good for. Alright, let's see what we've got.
There we go. You tell something enough times, eventually he internalises it.
Oh, fuck you.
That was a
We'll
BoJack
check and
horseman.
find... I know. We'll check and find Lard Goblin.
Peacekeeper's World is the one we're in.
Big spot. Hold on. Spyro. With... Look, it's Peacekeeper's World.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. The Ice Cavern.
Done.
Okay, I'm just looking through. Yeah. Sorry it's taking so long, I've got nothing yet.
Well,
Let's see.
I just need a level list.
Okay, let's see. you'd think it'd be easy to find all these things.
All I need is a level list.
I know, I'm trying to find the list. Let's see. Twilight Harbour, Nasty North. See, I don't know. See, let's see. Final World, North Cove.
Yeah.
Have you tried going to that balloon guy?
No, I know what to do. I just want to know whether or not I'm done here. Because the guidebook doesn't show you worlds until you've found them.
Fuck.
It's like, I just want to make sure I haven't missed anything. Let's see. Spyro the Dragon World list. Spyro the Dragon World list.
Oh god, they've still got the cheats that used to work on the PS1 here. But apparently they work on Reignited.
Really?
Apparently the 99 lives, Black Spyro, Blue Spyro, Pink Spyro and Yellow Spyro. Let's see. Let's see. Arts and Peacekeepers, Magic Crafters, Dream Weavers.
Yeah, those are the hub worlds. I want to know if there's any other levels in Peacekeepers that I need to go to.
Let's see. Level, Peacekeepers, Dry Canyon, Cliff Town, Ice Cavern, Dr. Shemp.
Yeah.
That's literally all there is. There's nothing else from what I'm seeing.
Alright then, we're done here.
Hop on, Spyro.
Apparently.
Entering Magic Crafters World. Rescued Cosmos.
Welcome to Magic Crafters. I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves.
Imagine if you rescued a dragon that just happened to sound like Paul Bearer.
Oh,
Oh, Spyro! Spyro! I'm over here!
You have no chance against my Undertaker.
Oh, yes! My Undertaker's gonna beat the shit out of you!
Or worse yet, a dragon that sounds like Brother Love.
Ah, no, you.
Dear. Have you seen the trailer for the Page movie?
No, I haven't actually.
Released a new one.
Ooh, lovely.
I'll get you.
No, you won't.
I got him just as you were saying that.
I came here looking for booty.
Huh.
The boot.
Zantor.
When you see arrows like
The booty man, you mean
charge along with
Brutus
them, take
Beefcake?
supercharge.
Yep.
Supercharge?
Oh god.
Excellent. Go ahead.
I think
Try.
I'm wondering if he had Brutus Beefcake has a running bet with everybody to see how many gimmicks he can get before he retires.
Boulder.
This portal leads to a special place where you can learn to fly. I remember when I was a young dragon.
We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. The choice is yours.
Ah, so you've chosen the hard way.
We got Chris Hansen. I'm a warrior.
Well, we've rescued all of the dragons. got about 47 gems left. And there's the balloon guy. What does he want?
Spyro, for recovering so many of our dragon eggs. Hop aboard for the Beastmaker's world if you're ready. Would you like to go?
No, we could just skip this thing altogether if we wanted. But let's not. We've been trying 100% it, and that's the only reason we're able to do that. So.
Insurgents pay-per-view. Kayfabe News headquarters, our team of journalists put their heads together and based on numerous simulations, we're certain these will happen at Insurgents. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels on the pre-show. Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Hawkins. Hawkins wins after nailing Lesnar with 18 German suplexes, breaking his losing streak and becoming the Universal Champion. This will be Lesnar's final appearance for the two sport athletes, who turns to his other passion, water polo. Charlotte and Ric Flair versus Nia Jax and The Rock. At the climax of a teeter-totter mixed tag battle, Charlotte will nail Nia Jax with a moonsault to the floor, and Ric Flair will score a pinfall after nailing The Rock with a 450 splash. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. The match will be declared a no contest after Shane climbs to the roof of the cell and drops an elbow through the announce table before the match has even started or Strowman has even entered. Lingerie pillow fight between AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan. In yet another triumph of gender equality in sports, WWE's first ever all-male lingerie pillow fight will end in a 4-way tie after the competitors tickle each other in submission. Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy in a blue steel cage. Bundy settles an old score by defeating Hogan and removing his bandana to reveal that Hogan is somehow even bolder than Bundy. The Golden Elite, the Young Bucks and Kota Ibushi versus Kenny Omega, Kazuchika Okada and Marty Scurll. Cancels due to a lack of fan interest. Michael Vick sues Knox County Mayor over wrongful death of Sister Kate. Fans surprised to learn that Tamina and Nia Jax are not the same person. Well, I'll be damned. Huh. Former professional football player and animal abuser Michael Vick filed papers in Tennessee alleging that Kane Jacob Bearer, mayor of Knox County, was complicit in the mysterious death and possible post-mortem defilement of Vick's sister Katie. According to court documents, Vick is in the possession of video footage that appears to show Mr. Jacob's Bearer climbing atop a deceased Mrs. Vick in her funeral casket. Michael Vick is no stranger to courtrooms, having been convicted of his role staging the Kennel from Hell matches on his property and abusing dogs, which means he has earned his eternal place in Hell's boiling sulphuric lake of fire. In a statement issued today, Michael Vick called the wrongful death the most heinous act ever committed by a professional athlete, aside from that unconscionable dog-fighting ring I ran, I suppose. Defense experts have reviewed the video and say that while the tape does depict a man somewhere watching matching the mayor's appearance, his face is obscured by a mask and the man does not appear to be as tall as Mr. Jacob's Bearer. A source prosecution identified only as Hunter HH to protect his anonymity said that the mayor is a murderer, but his credibility is also being called into questions amidst being that he married his wife by drugging and abducting her. Some experts have theorised that not only is Mr. Jacob's Bearer innocent, but he was framed by the mysterious Hunter HH.
He was framed by the mysterious Hunter H.
Yeah! Who could this dastardly villain be? It would sully Kane's good name.
I love that Kane is a mayor. That will never not be hilarious.
Well, considering that, you know, Jesse Ventura's done it, yeah, but Kane just makes it even funnier.
The mayor of Knox County sounds more like a wrestling name than the Big Red Machine.
Well, it beats the whole school of Hard Knocks. The school has now officially become an entire state.
Yeah.
Professional wrestler and mayor.
Just trying to find the last of the treasure.
Where could that treasure be?
Let's look for treasure.
Yes, let's look for treasure.
Oh, I think I know. Can't wait till Spyro 2 where you can swim.
Hey, at least Hulk Hogan isn't president.
That's an odd thing to bring up. Although, to be honest, I'm not sure I wouldn't take Hulk Hogan over Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, imagine how his political campaign would be. The guy who's responsible for most of his generation being dead. Written 2 books that have been proven to be complete fabrications, and said the N-word on television, but apparently, well, he said the N-word in confidence, but was caught, and apparently that's the major problem. I remember when that happened to them, we found out a Hercule picture where he was arrested for being racist towards Saiyans.
Oh shit. No, I didn't mean to do that.
Damn dirty monkeys.
Alpine Ridge, well, I'll get the rest later.
Oh god. Can you imagine? The thing is, at least if Hogan was president, we'd get Real American played every so often.
Yeah.
Whenever he does any kind of public address.
That wasn't really supposed to be his theme song.
What?
That wasn't supposed to be his theme song.
Well, no, Eye of the Tiger was, but still.
Actually, it was Bonnie Tyler's Ravishing.
You what? Sorry?
It was Bonnie Tyler's Ravishing.
Oh.
Because Real American was intended for Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham.
Ugh. I'll be.
Oh shit. Mike Rotunda. I don't know that name.
You might know him better as the IRS man. And also the father of Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt. Imagine Ultimate Warrior as president.
Him doing his little crawl thing on the way to the White House.
If it's anything like his 2K14 commercial, where he was just throwing people randomly.
Of course not.
Oh, good. I didn't think so.
Hulk Hogan.
Bear.
There. I have come to bring the warriors together as one.
Oh, you were talking about Ultimate Warrior. I thought you were talking about Bray Wyatt.
Well, no. Oh, God, Bray Wyatt as president would be funny, but Ultimate Warrior would be more hilarious.
Yeah. He will teach everyone distrucity.
And, of course, remember that Christmas will be horrible because, you know, he wants to kidnap and rape Santa. Distrucity.
His presidential speeches, man.
Yeah, honestly, Brian Zane once said the Ultimate Warrior was kind of an asshole.
Huh.
Well, the things he did and said were just, you know, insane.
Yeah.
And let's face it, his little stint in WCW was awful and ruined the careers of several people, including the Renegade. Oh, he also ruined the life of the British Bulldog forever. Well, obviously till Bulldog's death. But he caused the pain medication dependency that, you know, Bulldog needed. Because of that stupid trapdoor that no one was told about except for the Ultimate Warrior. Well, the Ultimate Warrior had that no one else knew about. And that British Bulldog was one of those people and he got slammed on it the wrong way, screwing up his back so much that he needed pain medication. What is that auditory signal? It's sleigh bells. You know, it is the season. Zounds! That filthy marketing thing of Kantianism. Christopher Kringle has escaped from warrior's bondage. I must search this way and search that way until he is found.
Christopher Kringle.
Yeah, oh yeah, Brian Zane recently did another thing which I honestly forgot SmackDown did, and I can't believe they actually did. The lunchtime suicides. I forgot WWE did that. A literal web segment they did where former referee Tim White kept trying to kill himself over and over again.
Right.
Great work, Spyro. If you keep this up, you'll learn all the tricks of the Magic Crafter's world.
Huh.
And who could forget all his favourites, the Yeti.
The Yeti. He was a mummy, though, that came out of a block of
I know,
ice.
look, the thing is, at the end of the day, the Dungeon of Doom, well, the Alliance to End Hulkamania, or whatever the hell you wanted to call it, it did its job in the end, even if it was inadvertently.
Oh,
The
shit.
entire point of it was to literally get Hulk Hogan over.
Yeah.
That is literally all it was for. And it did, it's just that it took an entire year, and it took Hogan going to the NWO to make it, you know, get over.
Yeah. Right, I suppose I should let out the dragon first. Kelvin.
Remember that these blue thieves have stolen eggs outside the Magic Crafter's world as well.
Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
That's all the dragons released. I'm gonna get you.
Man, those Ultimate Warrior comics.
Oh god.
You can easily tell they were written by him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Warrior was, you know, he ruined his own career. Sadly, that's the most amusing part. He burned his bridges with WWE and then burned them with WCW and made himself completely unemployable. He's such a polarizing person that WWE have two different, completely different interviews, DVDs, depending on which air, So nothing beats crazy Ric Flair. I mean, come on, the guy has an untarnishable legacy despite literally everything he's done. In spite of everything he's done to ruin his own career. And you've heard all the stuff. I mean, you heard about that whole thing in Birmingham when he got stranded in England because he was drunk and he elbow dropped his jacket or something.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let him on the plane because he was intoxicated.
Ric Flair's legacy is beyond tarnish, despite his best efforts.
Brian Zane said pretty much that that's the whole thing of Flair that he likes, is the fact that the guy has an untarnishable legacy despite literally everything he's done to,
tarnish his legacy.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you've heard all the stories, the things he's done, like the constant harassment of air stewardesses, Just checking. No hair, no flare.
Alright. Right, dragons and eggs found, it's just gems now.
I did like when Edge impersonated Ric Flair,
Oh yeah.
driving a car in a pink robe. No one cuts off the nature boy. They like stopped the guy in front of him, chest chopped him, and then put him in a figure 4 in the middle of the road. And Scott Steiner, of course. Who couldn't love Scott Steiner? I mean, God, the internet is why that man was made.
I'm going to take a shit in your house.
Oh God, yes. How could we forget about Ollie's, you know, all the whole shit in Ollie's house?
Okay, I don't understand the...
I know you don't understand. That's why it was funny, because it didn't make any sense to you. It was like a Russo-esque story, and it's the one we went with, which is embarrassing in its own right. But we're not running a multi-billion-dollar company.
Didn't it come to you in a dream?
Yes, I just thought the idea. It first started as a whole thing. I just thought it'd be funny for Ollie's reaction to anything Scott Steiner did to, you know, personally to him. And I was trying to think where the limit would be. So it's first started off with Ollie just lying there for some reason, like in bed, and then for some reason Scott Steiner had broken into his house, and it just starts pissing on him while he's asleep for no reason. And it's literally because Scott Steiner can. And the worst part in my mind was, because I can see Scott Steiner doing something like this, because if you've heard the stories of what he's actually like from P.T. Williams, he's worrying. Like when he drove, when he got in the car, and he wanted to find out which gym Pete Williams went to, and Petey was just really hesitant to let him go. And then they got in this car, is Scott Steiner's car, and then when they went to find it, it was literally down one road. There was one road you go straight to it, but the problem was it was a one-way street, and he drove down a one-way street in his car really, really, really fucking fast. Despite being told constantly, you can't drive down that street. I'm a runner! Or demanding more food from certain people in restaurants. And then it came to me, I don't think Scott Steiner gives a shit, so I think he would start a feud over something completely pointless. So then came him going to Ollie's house, and then demanding that Ollie's toilet specifically had to be shit in by him. And that's literally all there is to it. There's no other mystical story. There's no analogy. It's literally just Scott Steiner wanting to shit in someone else's toilet for reasons that are known only to him. A viewing audience would never understand it. Some people would probably look at it and go, what the fuck even is this shit?
Okay, that's the level done. Now, how the hell do you get out of here?
So yeah, that's literally all there was to Scott Steiner and his rivalry with Ollie. What made it worse is that Ollie actually, the Bad Luck Johnson character actually won, so there was no need for Steiner anymore. No, I think what was funny is that Ollie was more than willing to just let Scott Steiner shit in his house.
It's like, sure, if it's that important to you, but you know.
And that's important to me. But
I
then
don't
constantly, for some reason, everyone in your house would be completely against it for reasons, because that's the only way the story can work. You know, the story work. While you're constantly telling people, just let him, please. You don't want to deal with this man. He's literally 50 Shades of crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do him an egg. I can just imagine the promos, and I think that's what made it worse and made it stick. Him just standing there in a ring with his chainmail on. Hey, Ollie J! You're not gonna deny the big bad booty daddy. You should be considering me taking a shit in your house and honor. But you're denying me my basic human rights. So I'm gonna come over to your house, whether you like it or not. I'll throw your mom out of the way. I'll throw your dad out of the way. I'll suplex every fucking dog in that house. And then after I've beaten the crap out of you, I'm gonna take a crap in your room, in your toilet. And then a single goddamn thing your white trash, you white trash people could do about it.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I'm not even against it. Just like,
I know, that's the best part. You don't even care. But you've been dragged into circumstances far beyond your control, so you're just dealing with it. It'd be worse if it started making the news and people are like, and so why won't you let him just use your bathroom? It seems like this would be a simple thing. Oh, believe me, it would be. But that's the problem. He just will not take it. He insists that I won't let him. So what you're saying is you are completely okay with him using your bathroom?
yes!
Yes, I'm completely okay with that. I see. Let's hear from Scott Steiner himself. Okay, fine. He's lying! What? He's just doing this on television because he's scared of fighting Freakzilla! No, I'm not scared of you. I am literally saying it's fine. You can come and use my toilet if it's that important to you. No, you ain't using your crippled mind tricks on me, boy. No, I played your game. I played your game. Like, what is your fucking problem? My problem is you're denying me my rights.
I'm not denying you anything, I just said it was fine.
They don't lie to me, you limey shit. Oh God. Well, you know it will eventually come into, you know, because Scott Steiner's favourite things are to call people white trash, make fun of their country, and then occasionally slam the French or the Dixie Chicks occasionally. For all the cheap pops. And it just like challenges you to a match. Well, if you're not going to let me, how about this? You and me have a match this Sunday. If I win, I get your bathroom. And if I win, will you just leave me alone and stop asking? And then when he finally beats him, like, there you go. Now you can go shit in my bathroom. Now, do you want to come shit in my bathroom? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Yes,
no,
actually,
not particularly.
Yes, if it will just stop this shit. I don't want to have any more matches. I don't want to have you outside my house doing push-ups on my car, on my family car. I don't want you hitting on my sister every single time and asking her if she wants to take a ride on Freakzilla. It's creepy coming from someone of your age. I also don't like you threatening to put my dogs in submission holds. or going to the news and telling people that I'm denying you anything. Just use my goddamn power.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Right, now I know where the last of the treasure is. Let's look for treasure. Yes, let's look for treasure.
What has Vectra done?
This woman on the program.
Oh, right. I thought Vectra had done something because I heard you say bitch and she just ran down the stairs looking guilty.
No.
Okay, as long as it's just a television show.
Okay, well we've hit the 3-hour mark.
For the first time.
Certainly.
Well,
Oh, wow, it's been a while since we've hit a 3-hour mark. Just remember,
Yeah.
we did hit a 6-hour mark at one point.
Oh.
yes, thank you, Sam.
Shut up. It got that game out of the way.
Until the next one.
Yeah.
There hasn't been another one, that's the point, it was one time.
To be fair, the
Who's there
next
first?
longest one was me. And then there was Undertale, which I just insisted on finishing.
Yeah. I mean, where's the superhero? There's a calm superhero when he's in trouble. Batman. Oh no, you make one joke about his parents being murdered and he won't return your calls.
Anyway, dudes, what are you thinking? It is about 10. I would say now is probably a good time to call
we've
it.
just finished a level. We can do another one tomorrow because we've probably got a few more worlds to do.
Yeah.
They're only going to get more, difficult.
Yeah.
So ending it on on how a Scott Steiner promo, storyline would go with you, and the overall joke being that you're completely okay with everything, but he's instantly. Everyone else seems to think you're saying something complete opposite.
Yeah.
I just imagine him sitting outside your house and your mom wondering why there's a muscular guy with chainmail outside doing push-ups on the car.
Like, technically I know why, but I still don't know why.
I think that's what would make the entire feud hilarious, is because I can just imagine how you're going to react to literally everything.
Yeah. Right, well, if that's the end, then, I guess thanks for tuning in. Guys, how can the internet find more of you?
You can find me on Murasaki's Pit on YouTube. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do My Hero Academia story mode, for obvious reasons, because they've blocked the cutscenes.
Oh, that sucks.
It does suck. But to be fair, there's not much. The story mode is unfortunately told through still images.
Right.
That is a downside, with only a few animated ones, really.
Right.
And in terms of extra story, there's only a few small ones that aren't really even canon. They're just what if, and they're not even really stories. It's just like, what if Suyu fought for Aizawa, or what if you fought All Might to get into the training camp, stuff like that.
Right. And Ian, how can the internet
major.
find more of you?
They'll find me at Within Grey Walls, and I'm currently playing Spider-Man.
Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Excelsior!